Hey guys, what's up? My name is Kyle Watts. Let me get in front of the camera. I'm using a low tripod that's low to the ground because I'm gonna show you guys how to pop up over there in that video. A little bit about me first. I'm a competitive surfer. I've been competing consistently in surfing for over 2 years now. Not a very long time, but I've still learned a lot. I've done these competitions called the East Coast Surfing Championship. No, I'm not a champion, but I am a competitor, and the only way to get one of these shirts is to compete. So my first year competing was in 2019. Again, guys, I don't have a big, tall tripod right now, so I'm actually on the floor, laying down, like on the floor. You can see the carpets right here to shoot these videos, and I'm about to pop up, so show you guys the technique. So I want the camera to be low to the ground so you guys can see. So my first summer competing was 2019, but I started in the springtime with an organization called the Eastern Surfing Association. Basically, it's an association it's an association for surfers. Basically, Eastern Surfing Association. Basically, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to show you this shirt and talk. I'm just letting you guys know a little bit about me before I start showing these videos, so you know where I'm coming from and different things like that. You know why I like to share. So anyway, the Eastern Surfing Association is an amateur surfing association for people that like competing. And I've done competitive sports my whole life. I grew up doing track and field, cross country. Cross country is where you run 3 miles for a race as fast as you can. And if you didn't already know that, if you did, excuse me. I don't like to tell people about things they already know about, but there's probably somebody who didn't know that. And then I did wrestling, and I just took different self-defense classes as a child, stuff like that. So anyway, but my 3 primary sports was cross country, running 3 miles for a race as fast as I can. Track and field, obviously we all know what track and field is. Doing sprints and long distance, mile, 2 mile for time as fast as I can, and sprints. I was better than average, but I wasn't fast enough to be one of the best and go to the next level, which is fine. I had fun, and how many of us really have the ability to go be a professional at anything? You know what I mean? It's like you got to start really young and have a combination of great genetics, great coaching, and a bunch of other stuff. You know what I mean? So it's always, but I learned a lot from sports and had a lot of fun. So this is the second year of competition. I think this one is a little bit cooler, but they're both cool. I guess these are the sponsors and stuff. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies or anything. I'm just showing you guys the cool logos on the shirts. I think it's kind of cool. Alright, so there we go with that. And I've had the opportunity to meet Ben Gravy, one of my favorite surfers. This guy is truly this little dust on the poster. Looks kind of gross. Let me get that off of there. So anyway, I've had the pleasure of meeting Ben Gravy. He says, "To Kyle, thank you for the epic words of motivation. I was so shocked that someone as successful and as popular as he is would even say that to me. I was just being myself and being nice." And the guy takes the time. He didn't just say, he could have just autographed it and said thank you, but he actually said, "For the epic words of motivation." I consider myself to be a very positive guy, and I try, like anybody, I get bummed out sometimes, but I feel like we all should live a life where we strive to be more positive, because we all had hard times in life, whether it's a death in the family, money problems, health problems. We've all had hard times, but people say life's too long. I say life's too short. Life's too short to people say life's too short. I say life's too long. If you live to 80 years old, hopefully, That's a long time to be on planet Earth. You know, obviously it would be cool if you could live to 200-300 years old or whatever, but anyway, I just feel like there's enough negativity in the world. There's enough bad things are gonna happen anyway. So why not spend the time being positive as much as possible? You know, in between the bad times. You know, I on a scale of 10, I say you should be positive 9 times out of 10. You know what I mean? So anyway, enough of that. So this is another one of my favorite surfers, Jamie O'Brien. The reason why I'm showing you these posters, guys, when I bought his surfboards, yeah, did I buy a surfboard? No, this came with the surfboards that I bought, but I don't actually have his surfboard. I don't think so. Maybe I do. I think that I did. Anyway, what's up, guys? I'm in front of the camera now. Maybe it is his model, because when I bought this surfboard, it had this poster with it. But anyway, I really am passionate about soft top surfboards. If you are new to surfing, you should consider getting one. I mean, Odyssey, I believe they're called Odyssey, right? It's weird because they call themselves Catch Surf. Okay, Catch Surf Surfboard Company. But on the board it says Odyssey. So it says Odyssey Surfboard Company, but it says Catch Surfboard Company. I think it's the same company, it's just they make different boards. I think it's probably some kind of business arrangement. Maybe Catch Surf is the actual brand, but Odyssey is the actual company that actually makes the surfboards. That's probably what it is. Because if you look here, all these boards say Odyssey on them. But as you can see here, it says Catch Surf. Anyway, so I learned a lot from this guy. His name is Jamie O'Brien. Between him and Ben Gravy, I've learned a lot about soft top surfing. They're like two of the biggest reasons why I have a soft top. It's made getting into surfing so affordable. But anyway, this video is not about that. I have a lot of surfing videos I've already posted. I'll be posting more. But right now I'm focusing on fitness, getting ready for the weather to be warmer. I have a wetsuit, but I don't like surfing in cold water. I can surf in cold water pretty good, but once it gets about to the middle of the month, once it hits about January, February, I really don't like that because that's the coldest the water can be. I do what's called polar surfing. I made up the word. I don't know if it exists, but you know they have this thing called polar plunge, where you jump into the water in the wintertime in the United States. They might call it that in other countries. Probably not, but you know, in the United States they call it polar plunge. So I took that term and just say I'm polar surfing, because technically I'm plunging, but since I'm going surfing, I call it polar surfing. Or but the surfer guys, they call it bareback. And I could bareback polar surf without a wetsuit, but I don't like to wear a wetsuit because it makes me really sluggish and really heavy, so I don't like to do that. I like to feel loose and comfortable, but I'm thinking about wearing it this year just to see what it feels like and try to work with it. Anyway, back to why I made this video. This is basically like an introduction video about me and my surfing. So the reason you can see all these soft tops, there's one right there, one right there, one right there, and I have one more pink one. I had another one. I have a whole quiver. So in total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 soft tops. I lost one. It broke in the ocean, and I lost it. So I'm gonna be getting a couple more. The reason why I have so many soft tops is because each size board has taught me how to surf better. And when I got introduced to Affiliation kind of means like you are part of that organization, which I don't want to say that word because it's not such an accurate thing sometimes. But anyway, I'm acquainted and familiar and friendly with the Virginia Beach Surf Session Surf Shop. They're a great surf shop, and I started taking surf lessons there. And long story short, I started on the 9-foot board that's sitting on the floor. It's a little bit longer. I don't want to change the camera angle because I have it set up for pop-up. But anyway, quick story. I'm trying to stay focused on track. I basically bought a 9-foot, then went down to an 8-foot, then went down to 7, and now I'm down to 6'6". So my goal was to learn how to surf on bigger surfboards and then focus on the smaller surfboards. But along the way, I realized that I like all surfboards. They all are the same to me. It's like a car. A Ferrari's cool, a Lamborghini's cool, a Bentley's cool, a Honda's cool, Lexus is cool, Audi is cool, Toyota's cool. They're all cool. It's just different makes and models, different kinds of cars. They drive different. So anyway, I learned a lot about soft top surfing with Jamie O'Brien. He has a YouTube channel. Ben Gravy has a YouTube channel. I mean, obviously there's lots of channels out there, but these are who I watch because soft top surfing has helped me to become a surfer. I tried learning how to surf on real surfboards, but I'm a 200-pound guy. I'm 5'8" and some change, just about 5'9", and weighing at I'm always at least 200 pounds or over. So right now I'm probably 220, 230, and I just could never find the right size surfboard to float me. I grew up bodyboarding and body surfing just in the summers, not a year-round thing, just summertime. And once I decided to start learning how to surf, I was learning how to surf on the wrong surfboards. I couldn't figure out how to pop up. I would paddle. This is my arms. Paddle, and then I would go to, pop up and try to land and then maintain my balance. And I couldn't. I would paddle, and I would put my hands down to to pop up, and then I would stand too straight and I would fall over. And then I would fall over. So I got to the point where I could paddle, and then pop up, but I was standing too narrow and I would fall off. I didn't realize I had to bend my knees. I didn't realize that there was a technique to being able to stand up the right way, so you can do it right the right way. I mean, I didn't really realize there was a specific technique. I didn't grow up surfing. I didn't grow up around surfers. I grew up in California, but I lived in the valley, and I lived in LA and I lived in the valley, in the Inland Empire in Ontario, California, the desert, Hesperia, California. So inner city Los Angeles, Ontario, California, and then Hesperia, California, near Victorville. Anyway, just look it up if you're curious. So anyway, I've always grown up at least an hour away from the beach, half hour away from the beach. And in California, that's a long time. That's far to be from the beach, because I'm saying 30 minutes to an hour because of mileage, but really it was more like probably 2 hours because of traffic, 3 hours because of traffic. So again, I never really went to the beach growing up. I did, but it was like my dad took me, every so many months. But my regular exposure was because of my youth program in the summers that I was affiliated with a program. Shout out to the Sea Cadets, Naval Paul Revere Division, Corona, California. Paul Revere Division, Corona, California. Great youth program. It's like the NJROTC for high school. Anyway, look that stuff up if it interests you. Great program. Teaches you discipline and teaches you confidence and competition and work ethic and different things like that. All right, so anyway, these are great channels to follow. I learned a lot about board selection, surfboards, and soft tops. And again, soft tops have taught me how to surf. They've given me the confidence. They've allowed me to surf, waves that I probably wouldn't have been able to surf with a regular surfboard because I didn't have the skill at the time. But now I'm transitioning over to real surfboards. I'll be talking more about that in other videos. Back on topic. Okay, let me get a picture for you guys. So this is the surfboard that I tried to learn on. Obviously, you can see that I'm younger, and that's a wave riding vehicle surfboard. I think this is a 6'8" or 6'10", just almost the same size as that orange board. If you can look and see how sharp and pointed the nose is and how thin it is, this board was highly unstable. So when I went to stand up, it was like just so shaky. I didn't have the balance, which is why I'm making these pop-up videos. I spent a long time trying to learn how to surf, and now that I know how to surf, I want to give back. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube and a lot of videos on the internet in general. So my goal is to give back to the surfing community, to the social media community, and specifically the YouTube community, because I feel it's good to give back. I've taken so much, so I want to give back. These are two Russian students. I think they're actually from Belarus, or maybe she's Belarus and she's Kazakhstan, or they both from Belarus, or one of those Russian occupied countries that start with a K. So this was my other surfboard. I believe this was probably like a 7.2 or 7.6. I can't tell. But anyway, these two surfboards I couldn't learn how to stand up on. Again, because I didn't know how to pop up. Popping up is it's the way that you learn how to surf, guys. If you can't pop up, you'll never learn how to surf. So that's why my goal is to make at least 100 videos, or at least, I say 100. I think I can make 100 videos at the beach, different techniques, everything. So if you're looking to learn how to pop up, you have friends that want to learn how to pop up, you can't learn how to surf until you pop up. You have to learn that first. Then once you learn that, then you can start learning how to surf. It's almost like, I don't want to use an analogy. I was going to use an analogy. Basically, if you're new to surfing, you don't know. If you already know, excuse me. I don't want to sound like a broken record. If you don't know how to pop up, popping up is how you stand up on a surfboard, and the way that you do it will help you stand on your surfboard so that you can start learning how to surf. Popping up is not surfing. Popping up is simply standing up on your surfboard. So anyway, guys, these are the first two surfboards that I ever owned, and after 3, 4, 5 years of surfing, because there's at least a couple years in between these surfboards, I never learned how to surf. I ended up taking a surf trip to Costa Rica, and it was for a study abroad program through Modern Language. It was called MLSA, Mike Lima Sierra Alpha, Modern Language Study Abroad program, something like that. Modern Language Study Abroad, or Modern Language Study Association, something like that. Anyway, cool organizations. I was going to my local community college, Tidewater Community College, for a couple years. Then I transferred to Old Dominion University here in Norfolk, Virginia. I'm one class shy of my associates, which I'm gonna do it just for the kicks, as a statistics class that I need. So I basically have 57 credits. I take the statistics class and I'll get the associates. I avoided it because I like math, but I'm not in love with it. So I just did the math that I needed to transfer to the 4-year college of Old Dominion University. Shout out Monarchs, to get my bachelor's degree. But I like studying, I like learning, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably get it at some point. Plus, I like to challenge myself, so why not? Even though I already have a bachelor's degree, just for the fun of it. So anyway, I couldn't even stand up on this surfboard. So anyway, I was on a study abroad trip through my college, community college, Tidewater Community College of Virginia, and on the weekends we had time to go do whatever. So I actually took time to learn how to go take a surf trip, because we lived in a city called San Jose, California. And when we're in San Jose, San Jose, Costa Rica, it's the same as, there's so many cities out there with the same name, right? So I was in San Jose, California. San Jose, Costa Rica. Man, sorry guys about the beeping. I'm in my apartment. The parking lot's out front, so I was trying to make this during a time of day that's quiet. I'm gonna make videos at the beach, so you don't have to hear all these noises. But anyway, yes, I was in Costa Rica. You can see the sand's black and dark, a little bit overweight, as you can see, and that's why I highly encourage fitness. You can see here I'm a lot leaner, a lot toner. You know, I'm still in shape, but just not in great shape. So anyway, I couldn't even stand up on this board. My experience with surfing was basically I stand up, pop up using the incorrect form, then I fall off. So anyway, I'm just basically trying to show you guys all the surfboards and all the experiences that I've gone through, and I wasn't able to learn how to surf. So anyway, that was in Costa Rica. During my free time, from studying from Spanish, I would go to the beach on the weekends, and I would rent surfboards, swim in the ocean, play around, stuff like that. And then I went back to Costa Rica multiple times. I got cool with my host family, and I don't remember if I went surfing anymore after that or if I just stayed in the city. The capital city of San Jose is like 3 to 4 hours away from the coast, so I don't know if I went to the beach as much or if I stayed in the city. I can't remember. It was a lot of fun. I plan on going back, but you know, I always took time to try to go to the beach when I was there and try to, learn how to surf. But what helped me learn how to surf was I finally got a surf lesson. So I highly encourage surf lessons. I took 4 lessons in the month of March 2019. I took one the first week, the second week, the third week, and then the fourth week. I would practice everything that I learned from the surf instructor for the whole week on a 9-foot soft top, and then I came back the following week. By the second and third, fourth week, the instructor was basically getting me standing up. I don't remember when I stood up on the board, but I was basically learning how to stand up, how to pop up. And by the end of the month, I was standing up on a regular basis. Of course, I was falling off because learning how to pop up is one thing, but learning how to maintain your balance is another thing. So, but it all comes in time and practice. So, I learned how to paddle, and then I popped up, and then I would be like, oh, don't fall, fall. Paddle, 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 paddle. Pop up, don't fall, boom, fall. Paddle, paddle, paddle. Pop up, and then fall. So that's basically what's going to happen with any new surfer because you don't know how to maintain your balance. Enough about that. Next thing, remember, this is just a little bit about me, guys. I'm almost there. I know I said this is a pop-up video, but I got to meet my favorite surfer, 11. As you can see here, Kelly Slater was a 7-time champion, and now he's 11 times. So, and I don't know where this wave was caught at, but he's no longer with Quicksilver. He has his own company called Outer Known, where he promotes his own brand. And yeah, I got to meet the guy, really nice guy. And I met him at Peabody's in Virginia Beach, Virginia, at the Virginia Beach oceanfront. So as you can see, I've been really passionate about surfing over the years. It's not just something that I just jumped into randomly, So anyway, that's enough poster action. So you can see I met Ben Gravy, met Kelly Slater, and I follow Jamie O'Brien. I know I'll meet him one day too. And I even met Brett Barley from North Carolina. So I think I have a picture of him too. Let's see. Yeah, I met the whole O'Neill surf team. And see, yep, there's Brett Barley. See there? Thanks for the support, Brett Barley. Yeah, so guys, and I've met other professional surfers, and I met these surfers. They all came to Virginia Beach. I don't know much about these other guys, but they're all cool. Oh yeah, there's Eli Olsen. I didn't realize Eli Olsen was with O'Neill. I watch his YouTube channel. He has a great channel. You should follow that dude. He's awesome. And then I'll say let's get through them. Noah, Jake, Brett, Jordy, one of my favorite surfers. This dude, that dude, that dude, that dude, that dude, That dude. Very cool channel, YouTube channel. Check him out. That dude. That dude. That dude. Bye. Alright guys, enough of that. Finally, I'm proud of these awards. I have at least 3 to 4 more that I'll be getting. These are my 2019 awards, and I have 3 or 4 that I'll be getting for at least 2 for the 2020 season. So I placed second in longboard in the state of Virginia for amateurs. That's my ranking. I'm like, what? I'm ranked second in the state of Virginia for surfing. I couldn't even stand up on a surfboard. And then I got 3rd place for shortboarding. And then I got 4th place for longboarding. The 2nd place I'm most proud of because this one is basically all age groups, young and old. And this one is for my age group. But yeah, so I'm happy that I got these awards. And this is for Virginia. But like I said, when you compete in the Eastern Surfing Association, well, I didn't say it before. When you compete in the ESA or you sign up to register, you can compete in any East Coast event. Florida, New York, Virginia, Maryland, North Carolina. It's all East Coast. It's just up to you if you want to travel out of your local area. Typically, people stay in their area, and then if they advance in the rankings, they go out of state to wherever the event's going to be held at. And then I got a 2nd place here. So anyway, guys, I'm basically showing you these awards to let you know that I do have some knowledge and I do know what I'm talking about, and I'm here to help people. All right. So finally, I'm going to show you a pop-up. This pop-up, hopefully you can see it. I'm just gonna kind of just go through the motions and show you different pop-ups. If you can't see it, when I go back and watch the video, I'm gonna just be adjusting the camera. I don't have anybody holding the camera. This tripod is really low to the ground, but I'm gonna just practice making different videos so you can see different angles. So if you can't see the angle too well, remember my goal is to make 100 of these videos. One, because I want to get better at making film, better at editing, just better at making film for social media, sharing positivity, giving back, and maybe I can make money as a filmmaker one day, helping people make videos. I don't know, but it's all fun right now. So anyway, if you can't see the pop-up as good as you need to, I'm gonna switch the angles and I'm gonna be making more videos. All right, so here we go. So the first pop-up we're gonna be showing, this is what Kelly Slater, I saw Kelly Slater do. This is probably the easiest pop-up that you can do. I'm checking the angle to make sure you can see me. So I think I'm gonna put it up just a little bit. All right, so this first one is called, they don't really have specific names. They're all just called pop-ups. From my experience and what I've learned, they don't really have names. So what I'm gonna do is just make up a name just so I can have a name to call it. I'm gonna call this the step through. I saw Kelly Slater teaching this on the internet to a reporter on the guy's he's not a reporter, he's just one of those news guys that has news shows. Anyway, I think his name is Graham Bessinger, Bessinger, but it starts with Graham. I think the show's called In Depth. He just covers topics. He's like a topic reporter or something like that, So this is called the step through. Basically, when you go to pop up, guys, so when you, let me get in front of the camera. So when you're paddling, right, you're paddling. Once you go to put your hands down, you want to come up as high as you can. When I first started learning how to pop up, I would be like this. That's not enough space. You need to get up high. And now I'm probably off camera so that you have space. Because if you try to pop up low like this, you're gonna end up on your knees and you can't get up. So I'm gonna show the back angle so you can see what my legs are doing. But basically I'm gonna just step my leg through. Basically I'm gonna do this movement. Anyway, here we go. Hopefully you guys saw that. That's what I call the step through. Or, yeah, it's a step because you're stepping through like into a lunge position. That's a really good one, but that kind of pop-up only works on longboards because you have to put your feet in the floor into the surfboard. And putting your feet in the surfboard, for me, it worked. I'm not gonna tell you what you should do. I'm gonna say, try different pop-ups. What I'm showing you might work. You might have to go to another channel to learn different techniques, to learn different strategies. You just literally have to find out what works for you. I'm gonna hurry up because I think my video's getting short, and I'll be making more videos here. So you just gotta find out what works for you. As always, get at least one surf lesson. One surf lesson will help you, because you can sit here and watch all these videos on the internet. I did that, but there's still little things that you can do wrong that you're not gonna know you're doing wrong, and a surf instructor can help you fix your mistake. So it's good that you're learning on the internet. That's a good thing to do, but it's also good to get that at least one lesson, because you can take what you learn on the internet, take it to your surf lesson, and then you can fine tune what it is you're having problems with. Because let's say you watch these videos, right? And you start going to the beach, start surfing, start popping up. You could be in the wrong body position. Your technique could be slightly off, and all those little things can make you fall off your surfboard. But because you're a beginner, you're not gonna know that that's what's happening. You're not gonna know that you're making a mistake. And even if you are making a mistake, you're not gonna know how to fix it or what the mistake is, because let's face it, you can't look at yourself when you pop up. You have to feel what you're doing. And if you don't know enough about surfing to understand what you're doing wrong, you're not gonna be able to identify that mistake. That's why I always say, get a surf lesson. So I'm gonna just go through these 3 pop-ups. The first one was a step through, and then I'll go to the next 2. So hopefully you guys can see me. I'm paddling, paddling, paddling. That was a step through. The next one is called a chicken wing. The step through only works on longer boards. The chicken wing you can use on any surfboard, but it's specifically for you can use it on any surfboard, but you definitely need to use a chicken wing to get on this board. I don't like the chicken wing. I've never used it. I don't like the chicken wing because, remember guys, it's about doing what works for you. I don't like the chicken wing because when you use it, you can actually be leaning one way to the other, and you really have to compensate for your body weight. So it looks like this.